everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Vince.
It is a podcast where we sit down and watch every iteration and episode of Dragon Ball that has ever existed or ever will exist. And then we get together and we talk about it in a fun, comedic manner. Some people have called us the only improv comedy Dragon Ball podcast in the universe. Some of those people are in this
very room
right now. Yeah.
Some of those people are me.
But that is what we're all about. We're doing something a little bit different. We're going to hit more of the iteration. We're doing one of the movies. Just heads up in case you fucking hate movies, I guess. You can go ahead and kick this podcast to the curb.
If movies are your medium, feel free to move on
to one of our 150 something other episodes.
Whoop, whoop.
But before we get into all of it, though, we got to do a little bit of what we like to call Kame housekeeping. That includes various segments to get you, the listening audience, ready and raring to go for us to talk about the episode proper. We might do things a little bit differently here because it's movie time.
Movie night.
So yeah, it's low. It's a lower key. We got to get that popcorn going, which I always burn.
So I'm handling popcorn this time. Aaron was in charge of booze,
which again I always burn because I want to do a cool fireball trick.
I always ask Aaron not to get 151, and he always buys it.
Matthew McConaughey is telling me to get wild turkey, and I'm like, yes, absolutely.
I told you, stop hanging out with Matthew. He's a bad influence on you. Not everything's all right.
He's an art director for Wild Turkey, and I hate that I have this actual knowledge.
Is Matthew McConaughey being an art director? With big fat air quotes on that. Matthew McConaughey being an art director for Wild Turkey.
Big air quotes. Continue, though.
Is the same as when people get an honorary degree from a college that they speak at once. That's all I'm saying. I think my school gave Mark Ruffalo an honorary degree in environmental studies.
What? Just because? Is that why he's like, well, now I'm obligated to do a movie about that?
No,
Dark Waters now in theaters. Is that the name of the movie?
Out of nowhere, I saw my first trailer for that this morning, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this movie's here." Mark Ruffalo and Anne Hathaway.
That's another movie that we're not going to talk about that one.
No.
Well, there's another one we got to talk about. But again, like we said before, Kame housekeeping. Here we go. We're going to start it. And the first bit of Kame housekeeping is the world famous 1 minute roundup.
Ooh, boy. Well, I mean, finally, I get to see in person one of these confounded steam engines I've been hearing so much about.
It's me, Steve Engine. Sup?
Well, hello there, sir.
High five, partner.
All right there, partner. I'll put my hands up and I'll hit you with it. All right. That's a high five. Oh, ow. Ooh, that cold steel.
Sorry, I'm made of cold steel.
That's right.
What can Steve Engine do for you today, partner?
Well, you must be of a cowboy descent. Oh, sorry. Did you break wind?
I must vent my steam every 15 seconds.
Well, we got an outhouse for that.
At a temperature of 325 degrees Fahrenheit.
You are full of jokes. Now, most people might look at you and think, what kind of monstrosity is that? An ironclad warrior venting steam from his buttocks? Maybe he's some
hurts Steve Engine's feelings every time.
Well, of course, Steve, that's why I hired you to come on. Again, the outhouse, please.
I know you're a friend, but really, I told you I must expel every 15 seconds.
We all do.
I gotta go to the outhouse
Every 15 seconds. That's right. My wife makes me go to the outhouse every 15 seconds. I have to
Wait, you
steam.
expel steam every 15 seconds. And
seed.
He was a robot too, is what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get at.
If only we hadn't giggled.
But we can't, but no, we'll never know. Because look, the beginning of the 1 minute roundup is when Vince and I do a little Western improv scene to loosen up our improv muscles and tighten up our improv minds. Clearly working.
Gotta get
as intended.
Gotta get that brain matter loose and tight.
And it ends when one of us breaks. And then we go into the 1 minute roundup proper, which usually is when one of us has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball thus far in under a minute for you, the audience. So you don't have to go back and listen to all of our other episodes. But we're watching one of the movies, which are sort of, well, very much not in canon, except for a few. And also very nebulous on timelines and events. So, Vince, I have a lovely buck here that I'm going to fucking pass to you.
Okay.
Whatever sort of recap you feel the audience needs to enjoy this episode of Kame House Party, at your leisure.
All right.
Please recap them up.
All right. I'm going to give myself 60 seconds. I'm going to summarize everything that's happened up until this point in this film, which we know is not canon, so neither will my description be. That's the only caveat I'm giving.
Okay.
It's the only caveat I'm giving.
I'm excited.
All right.
Continue.
In 3, 2, 1. All right. So there are 7 magic Dragon Balls. If you get them all together, you can make a wish for anything you want. Goku meets this girl named Bulma in the forest when they're both a little bit younger than they are now. They go on an adventure. They run into Emperor Pilaf. They have like a weird relationship with him. He's a nemesis, but also a friend. They don't take him seriously, and he's not really a threat. He's got Shu and Maya with him. They're hanging out. They're doing a bunch of stuff. Goku and Bulma run into Oolong, Puar, and Yamcha, who are hot on the heels of Emperor Pilaf, working for the police to try to stop him from gathering all the Dragon Balls. Goku, along with Bulma and the rest, go back to Emperor Pilaf's hideout, where Emperor Pilaf is trying to get Goku to find the rest of the Dragon Balls for him, but Goku's like, I gotta find that 4-star Dragon Ball. It's my grandpa's Dragon Ball. Bulma's like, I'll help you. They learn of Emperor Pilaf's plot. They blow up the machine, the Dragon Radar, so they can only use Bulma's. They save the day, but now something else has occurred on Pilaf's watch. So I hope my non-canon description of what's happened in Dragon Ball up into this movie helps lead into what we're about to see.
I thought you were going to go crazy on us.
I tried to stay a little bit grounded and think of what could have been going on before this. So that's what you got.
That's what you got. And what else you get for the Kame Housekeeping is the letting you all know that Vince and I normally watch 2 separate versions of the episode or thing we're watching. I watch the English subtitled version. Vince watches the English dubbed version because it's fun to compare and contrast the differences. But not today, friendos.
Oh, boy.
All right, here's what I'll do. I'll blame Funimation on this, which we can, I think.
I think we can.
Our source of Dragon Ball entertainment is Funimation now. Get commercial free. No. Pay me, and I'll tell you how great Funimation is when you pay me.
Yeah, once you start paying us, we'll talk all good things about you.
But we do, so I'll just be neutral in that it is a service that we do pay for that we use.
That's so neutral.
I have no opinion.
That's more neutral than I thought you could ever be.
Tell my wife hello.
Yes.
So we ended up, because of a technical snafu and timing and just a misalignment of chakras, because of AT fields not lining up, a whole bunch of things.
Perhaps we didn't have all the heart of the cards.
Yeah, some cards were missing from the deck. Something about there's an episode of Big Shots that we were watching. Wulongs. Okay,
Demon Slayer Corpse.
yeah, there was all these demon. We had to go through the trial on the mountain. I forgot what that's called.
And of course, we got lost on the Grand Line along the way.
There's a bug catcher that we had to fight.
Of course. But have no fear because Aaron and Vince are here.
And what we did is we watched the English subtitled version. So there's no difference. We're not going to have that game today, but we're going to have fun anyway by telling you the movie we watched, which was, okay, look, it's Mystical Journey, right?
The Mystical Adventure. Or Mystical Adventure.
Mystical Adventure?
Mm-hmm.
Did it give you a subtitle for the movie? It did not for me.
No, I got no subtitle. It's just Mystical Adventure.
Mystical Journey.
Wait a minute.
Vince, did you forget how to speak English? And that's why you thought you were watching the subtitled version?
Esto. No, mine I have. This is fucking wild. I'm looking at mine and it says Mystical Adventure.
I'm looking at my notes that say Mystical Journey. Unfortunately, I can't go back and look.
Oh God.
Which would, because that's, as you all know, research.
Of course.
As defined by
the gods.
Yeah, the gods of law. So we can't go back. We can't even open up a tab.
Nope.
And look through our history because that's research. Once we're in it, we're in it. We can't go back and look things up. It's so something mystical.
Mystical.
You got some mystical stuff going on.
Mystical stuff.
Overall, for this movie, I watched it in 2 goes. I watched some of it last night and then some of it this morning. I stopped because I was very tired. And the beginning is a lot of things we've seen before to an extent.
Yeah.
And I got kind of bored. The back half makes up for it, but
it's boring, but it's so fast. I mean, the whole movie goes by like that. If I was not taking notes during it, I feel like it would have finished in the same amount of time as a normal episode.
I mean, when we say movie, it's like 45 minutes, but they do jam pack everything into it.
Everything. Let's just jump right in, I guess, right?
It's a dark and scary night, I assume. We're in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Pilaf gang are there. They've built a dragon radar for Crane, if you remember. Our famous catchphrase, Cranedom, that we dropped. He got the Pilaf gang to build him a dragon radar. Tien's there. Tao Papai's there. Once it's all done, Pilaf gang's like, oh, great, we're going to get a reward now. Yeah, let's get money. Tao Pai Pai approaches them, whips his hair back, not forth, just back.
Mm-hmm.
And we just cut there.
Yep.
We cut to opening credits.
We cut to opening credits.
They're dead, right?
Oh,
they got killed.
100%. We know what Tao Pai Pai does. We know what Tao Pai Pai does.
We know what Tao Pai. That's why they never met Pilaf.
Exactly.
Pilaf Shu or mine. It's like he would just kill him just for existing.
I know. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard to imagine all 3
goofies.
of them gone. No goofies.
I'm a serious character. I'm trying to remember his voice from
I think you got
last year. No goofies on my watch.
Hey,
any objections?
Just because I'm a dog doesn't mean I'm goofy.
Oh, that one very copyrighted character.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to step out of line and use a copyright that I'm not supposed to. Emperor, please help me. Don't shut up, Shu. Don't bring me into this. Now you're in Tao Pai Pai's bad graces while I'm in his good graces, right, Tao Pai Pai?
No, you're a goof 'em up too. You're a little goblin who tickles people for torture. And then, look, I saw when you blew Bulma a kiss and you thought it was being a bad boy. That wasn't bad at all.
Please, end his life. He cannot make fun of me.
Per canon, I'm shy. per established character laws. Oh, I'm too shy for this.
Yeah, Emperor Pilaf Ma is far too shy for this.
Call me Shy Pie Pie. I'm sorry, take two. Call me my Shy Shy.
Oh my, you're getting really good with the wordplay.
I'm embarrassed with this compliment.
Enough, both of you.
You're all goof 'em up boys and goof 'em up girls. And this is a serious ass movie. Nothing goofy's gonna happen here.
Please.
Plus we can look, there's a lot of characters in this one, and we can only do you a day rate. So per the budget, you have to get killed.
But
off screen.
No.
Any other words as I pull my fist back?
Don't.
I'm checking with the judges.
Carrie Ann Inaba. and scene. I'm sorry.
You want to explain that reference, bud?
Dancing with the Stars and let that be
it. Get out of here. This was kind of fun. We get a nice recap of the boys training with Roshi when they were trying to move boulders and deliver milk and get stung by bees. Kind of the same thing that we had before. It's time to test your might in a tournament, but this time it's not the Tenkaichi. It is some tournament that's held on Mifan at the Mifan Empire.
Yes. They decide that they're going to go with Roshi to this tournament happening. Whoever wins is granted a wish from the Emperor.
Who is played by Chiaotzu.
Yes.
Apparently, he lost his bride named Ran.
Right.
And everyone's looking for it. One of them being General Blue of the Red Ribbon Army, who is now a Mifan cop.
Yeah,
Chief of police.
Yeah, he's like the Mifan chief of police or honored guard, it seems. He's in a very regal warrior's uniform or guard's uniform.
Crane is an advisor to Chiaotzu, which makes sense.
Yes.
And he's like, look, if you allow me to spend that money to look for the Dragon Balls, we'll just summon Shen Long, and Shen Long will find Ran for you. Which he demonstrates the Dragon Radar. Blue comes up and he's like, Crane Lion. He just wants it for himself. Until Tao Pai Pai shows up. And we know what happens when Tao Pai Pai
meets a Blue.
Yeah.
And it's important to note that Blue still has all of his powers.
He does have those weird psychic powers,
Yeah,
right?
He's got the power to freeze people with his eyes. Doesn't work on Tao. Tao does the classic tongue to the temple kill. Still hate it. And I still hate the way that he licks his tongue, like he licks his lips. Ugh. As he watches Blue fall to the floor.
I know he gets answered at the end, but my big question is, why does Chiaotzu have a bride?
Oh, I don't.
He's 6.
He's even more childlike. Like, because when Crane is going on and on about the Dragon Balls can find your Ran, and his eyes are getting big. He's like, yeah, find Ran. I need Ran. And I was like, he's even more childlike than he was when we first meet him, or like in any other version of Chiaotzu that we've ever seen. Instead of being like the dead-eyed creep, he's just a pale-faced child, like legit a child.
They stripped him of all of his powers but one, essentially. He's not a fighter.
No.
He's not a bubble gut causer.
It doesn't appear that he has any of his prior abilities.
But, he's married, so that's cool. Once the reveal happens, I think we can come back to it.
Yes.
And the taxonomy of
God.
Why the word bride was used.
Also, the cuts are hard and fast in this. So if you feel like, wow, they're jumping from thing to thing, that's how the movie shows.
This
is the tempo of the film.
That's how the movie treated us. So that's how we're gonna treat you.
I swear I've never written notes so fast before trying to keep up with what's going on screen.
It was insane. I'm like, to the point of I'll probably remember some of this.
we have been doing this together for far too long because I had the same idea. I was like, okay, well,
some of this is old hat that we've covered before.
Right. It's still incredibly interesting because we cut to Bulma, Oolong, Puar, and Yamcha flying the friendly skies looking for a Dragon Ball that's out in the middle of the ocean. Oolong thought that they were going to find Goku's 4-star Dragon Ball, right? That was the plan? That they were going to look for the Dragon Ball while Goku's training with Master Roshi.
Bulma tricked a bunch of her friends to go hunting for Dragon Balls.
I was trying to remember her initial lie.
But I think you're right. It's like, oh, let's find Goku's ball for him. That'll be his birthday and Christmas present.
Yeah, it's something like that. But Oolong calls her out. She's like, you got me. I'm a terrible person. Oh.
I'm also a war vet because I can.
Yes.
I'm great at aerial combat.
Apparently we learned that Bulma's an aerial ace as she guns down multiple fighters.
Multiple fighter jets, like skimming the ocean to avoid in barrel rolls.
Using the clouds as cover. Locking on.
She is 16 at this point.
Yep.
Unless she just played Ace Combat a lot.
Or Microsoft's Flight Simulator.
She's got the VR room set up. I mean, she could.
She's probably got some kind of VR we've never even seen before.
3 screens hooked up together for a full field of view.
Yep.
The little cage that goes back and forth. Maybe. But she was like cool as a cucumber, down with murder.
Yep.
Then turns into a submarine.
Yeah, then the plane lands in the water, turns into a submarine. They spy the Dragon Ball that they're after. But of course, they're thwarted by a giant submarine that swims by. It's got the Mifon Empire symbol on it, which is a dragon. It's a dragon holding a sphere of some kind. Perhaps it's a dragon holding a ball.
My notes were Shen Long either holding
a
piece of pink bubble gum that you get from the vending machine.
Hubba bubba.
For a dime. Don't pay more than a dime for one piece of bubble gum. Or Shen Long ready to play dodgeball.
Yep. Shen Long knocking fools out left and right with his cannon. Your wish has been granted. Exit the game, nerd.
I wish you wouldn't play so rough.
I wish you had more pairs of glasses to break.
That's the kind of attitude you need, Shen Long, to make it to state dodgeball. All right, you know what? I'm sorry, end scene. Because there sure is a lot of dodgeball in school. For a sport that has no
league.
Tournament structure, league, right?
Well, some say Dodgeball the movie killed it. The true underdog story.
People started asking exorbitant prices
to play dodgeball. They wanted to retrofit hockey stadiums for dodgeball.
We barely played it in school, as I remember. But it seems like everyone has some sort of strong opinion about dodgeball. They're like, fuck yes, dodgeball. Or like, oh man, dodgeball.
Look, I was a camp counselor, day camp counselor for years. And dodgeball was both the best thing and the worst thing for us as people supervising children. Because it was like the only thing that we could use as a suitable reward for good behavior, but also we would just take it away when they were all being bad. It's so wild because like the kids, they loved it. They loved every moment of it. Even the kids that were reticent in the beginning, like they're like, oh, I don't know. But once they get a little dodgeball in their hands, even the smallest kid would get just steely-eyed and run up to the line and chuck it and it would fall 2 inches and then they'd run back and they'd be like, whoo, look at me. And I love dodgeball for that. For some reason, it's barbaric. It's a rough game, but every kid wants to throw a ball at another kid. It's
would
great.
you say that's what's wrong with America now? A lack of dodgeball?
I think so. We have to get our aggression out on the internet.
We're instating the purge, but it's just a big dodgeball tournament.
Oh my God.
From midnight to 6 a.m. If you're out in the streets, a dodgeball, you'll meet.
Oh, I would kill for
It's
that.
not a terrible idea,
It's not a terrible idea.
National Dodgeball Night.
Other countries do interesting fights. Like some town in Italy, I think. They have they're known for their tomatoes. They have extra tomatoes at the end of the harvest. And instead of finding a way to donate them or something, their tradition is they have a big tomato fight in the middle of town. And that sounds like great fun. You can hit that guy who always cuts you off or the barista that never gets your name right or something. We all need a little bit of a release at the people that we don't like. And I think
for the next 6 hours, all tomatoes, even Roma, are legal. Imagine, and I think we're both of the mindset that conventions don't quite have enough sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're not as, they need to be a little more rowdy, baby. This is a dodgeball room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a Star Trek convention. Dodgeball room.
Look, the holodeck can be anything. Why wouldn't Picard and Riker ever play dodgeball just to know what life was like back in the 21st century?
They're wearing little short shorts. They're whacking each other over the head with the void balls.
Tube socks.
All I'm saying is more activities at cons.
Yes, I'm with it. Maybe get a tetherball going too. I don't care. Give me schoolhouse games.
Yeah, get a big ass parachute. 2020. Wait, no, that's tomorrow. That's next year. Shit. We're already in the future, Vince. 2030.
2030.
We can't say Kamea-con. That's already taken. House Con, House Party Con.
House Party Con. Because then we'll get the crossover audience of people who love House Party.
yeah, of Kid and Play fans.
The Kid and Play fans. They've been dying for it.
You don't think they want to play dodgeball?
Of course.
Look, all I'm saying is any convention will run. Mark, put that, hold us to it. There's going to be dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
So, the boys are on the plane. You remember, they were in suits. Roshi's grabbing ass. Launch wants to hijack the plane. They hit all those beats again, and we make it to the Mifon Kingdom. And it looks cool. It's super rad. I would say that the Mifon Kingdom it's just China, right? They have like the barges.
Yeah, I would agree. It's very Chinese seeming, referencing down to like what we talked about, the outfits, the garb, as it were. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think it's one of the cooler locations I've seen in Dragon Ball or anything. It's like the actual palace is on an island in a lake that has its own naturally occurring water feature. And it's so grand and huge.
How much you got to pay the Property Brothers for that?
Ooh, I don't want to talk about dealing with the Property Brothers. Okay, those guys, they seem nice on the outside. I know they're dark, sinister real estate men on the inside.
They're dark Vine powers.
They have Vine powers?
For a very small bit towards the tail end of Vine's life cycle, I was on Vine. Mm-hmm. I didn't post anything.
Of course.
It's because it takes me like 30 minutes to rev up for a fucking joke, as everyone knows. But they were on there a lot.
Man.
They were on there a lot.
I really feel like I missed something. I was never on Vine. I only got on Vine because somebody put a Vine of me on Vine, and I was like, "Oh, that Vine looks." I was like, "I'll check it out. It looks cool." I guess what I did looked cool, and what you showed me.
I have 6 seconds.
Yeah, and that was it. I watched the one video of me in a dunk contest, and I was like, "All right, Vine is the thing."
Vince, did you fake the funk on a nasty dunk? Or was it a good dunk?
It was a good dunk, if I may describe. Every year, there was a big charity event at school. They would ask the basketball team, because it was our off season, to do a dunk contest. Everybody loved it. My showstopper of a dunk, if I may, starting from, I guess, the top of the key on the left-hand side of the basket, I tossed the ball up, hitting off the backboard, ran, got the ball, it like caught self alley-oop off the backboard to myself, one-handed, dunked it, but I went from one side of the basket to the other side from where I jumped to where I landed. So, yeah.
What?
The people, they liked it. They liked it.
Look, dunking competitions at our anime convention.
Yes.
What are we actually planning here? We're
planning a Vince is good at stuff decathlon.
I feel like we're just planning tailgating events. We're gonna tailgate this con. We're gonna have a bounce house.
Oh, this con is turning out great. Seems like we're also just building an amusement park.
A very low rent, very manageable amusement park. But again, whip cut to across the world, where we see there's a bunch of people digging up looking for Dragon Balls, and we get some old friends, Upa and Upa's dad, whose name I forget.
Bora.
Bora. That's right.
They never say it They never say Bora in this movie.
I know. I just kept calling him Dad or T-Hawk.
And I love their introduction is, yes, they are they're watching the people of this land being subjugated by the Mifan Empire, looking for the Dragon Balls. Upa's like, Dad, why don't you go down there and help them? Or like, we have this Dragon Ball, why don't we give it to them and they'll leave the people? Bora's like, Upa, the rumor is
you idiot,
if they get the Dragon Ball, they're just going to kill everybody that's worked for them. He's like, we'll go to the tournament, I'll win, and then we'll ask the Emperor to let the people go.
I'm a Fabio-looking son of a gun. I could probably win this.
I mean, he does show a feat of his strength by one of those helicopter. What did we call those? The helicopter motorcycle things.
They were instruments of Cobra.
Yeah,
they were Cobra vehicles.
They got some stuff out of the Cobra garage. Yes, I'll sell you my hovercopters to the Mifan Empire.
Yes, I, Crane.
Ooh,
appreciate
I like your voice.
Ooh, I like your voice.
This is
very
great.
Sinister.
I never get to hear a sinister voice on the other side of the phone.
Everyone's very, hey, it's me, I'm a dark man. But you don't have to be you don't have to be low to hate Joe.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying this for years. You don't have to be low to hate Joe. You could be high and try to kill that guy.
I know a guy who he runs a t-shirt company, not this online stuff, all local.
Yes.
For screen printing. If maybe I make you a few shirts that with said slogan.
I would have to wear it underneath my Cobra uniform. But I'd love one if you're actually going to do this. This sounds great.
I mean, if you can cut a few zenny off these bad boys.
I see. A shrewd businessman. Yes. Well, I was already going to cut you a Cobra and Friends discount for being as evil as I think you are. But
I just killed a goblin, a woman, and a dog. So yes. Very evil.
Beautiful. You know what? We only usually add this tracking and delivery fee for unsavory types, heroes that may need a weapon or some kind of technology. But since you've killed 3 today, I'll give you 3.3% off.
Ooh, that's a steal of a deal.
Hey, are you hissing?
It's so infectious.
Ooh, craned him.
Oh, you say craned him too?
Yes. Cobra!
And And
Scene.
they would get along. They're cowardly assholes.
They're low-life, cowardly, sniveling worms.
I think they would like try and double cross each other, and then when it happened, they'd be like, "Hey, all right, this guy, I can't stay mad at you."
It's like the two Spider-Men pointing at each other.
But what were we saying about these helicopters? Upa throws a big ass boulder at one.
Yeah, Bora shows that he can
Bora. Yeah.
withstand machine gun fire, and then throws a boulder at one, and then they run away. I just love that they throw it and then hit the bricks.
Speaking of bricks, we're back inside in a building. Crane. He already has 6 of the balls. They're squirreled away in the mouth of, I was going to say, a Buddha statue.
Some kind of deity.
And then they went into the wide, and they're like, nope, it's got titties.
Also, when they go to the wide after Crane closes the statue's mouth is open with all 6 Dragon Balls in it, tongue out, eyes wide open. Terrifying.
I'm realizing there's more and more dolls.
Yep.
They're more dolls that are maybe of a dubious nature,
right,
than maybe I thought before.
But he closes the hiding spot, and the eyes on the statue close, the mouth closes, and then there is a audible gulp from the statue. I'll do my best to. It's like, and I was like, ew.
I missed
I didn't need that.
That was the part I watched at night, and I'm like, I'm so fucking tired. I can't.
Well, it's and
I can't with this titty statue.
Because they make it a point to show this, or to say that this statue has titties from different angles, because Crane then gets word that the 7th Dragon Ball is on its way, and he looks out the window and sees a mobile camera droid thing that Bulma makes. It cuts to her at her place with the rest of them there, and I set the wavelength so he could find the Dragon Balls. That's where they are. All right, guys, let's go to Mifan. Oolong's like, I'm not going anywhere with you. They're still licking their wounds from the submarine attack.
Almost dying underwater tends to scar a man and a pig and a cat.
But then, see, I think Bulma just in her younger years was just all about getting what she wanted. And what she wanted was to steal those Dragon Balls so she could make her own wish, right? So she's like, Oolong, you gotta come. You gotta come with me. And Oolong's like, no. And she's like, but Oolong, Mifan is filled with pretty girls. And then proceeds to show that she's like spying with that same drone, spying on girls at the beach. And then
yes, but I don't know. That could be archival footage.
Could be archival
in
footage.
The Oolong folder.
In Oolong's definitely not girls folder. But I was
going to say I need to convince Oolong to do something. Here are various videos.
But at the same time, Yamcha's like, I'll go with you to Mifan, Bulma. And she has to do a double take. She's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, I'll go. And I'll fight in the martial arts tournament. That's it. That's the setup. Then they go.
Puar sort of cuts to the crap. Like, really? You're going because you're mad at them, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically she's mad that they shot at her. Mm-hmm. This is for revenge.
This is as petty as Bulma's ever been.
She's enlisting her friends for her blood feud. Come on, boyfriend. Be a distraction for me.
Why don't you be an accomplice?
Yeah. Who wants to do federal time? Because I won't. You're the patsies. Look, we all know why I won't. There's a couple factors keeping me out of jail. Me, Bulma. Again, whip crack back to Mifan. Goku. Everyone's chowing down.
Yep.
Of Goku chowing down more than anyone else. Upa and Bora walk into the restaurant.
A saloon style restaurant, I might add.
Bora's looking like, and Vince, if you get this reference, hooray.
Ooh, okay.
You don't have to. He's looking like Billy Jack, walking in with his poncho and spear and hat.
I don't know the reference.
It's a series of 70s movies about this like half Native American guy who just beat up people in small towns who were dickheads.
Okay.
Billy Jack. Look it
Oh,
up.
the 70s.
Then he goes to the table. They take his order, and he's like, I would like anything that fills our bellies. This is a quote from him. And then he proceeds to pay with a gold nugget. Mm-hmm. I thought I'd get a bigger reaction.
Well,
from his order, because to me that's like, hi, what would you like to order? Anything that fills our bellies. Fuck you. What do you want to order? What on the menu do you specifically want?
well, the guy
the
guy that comes up to take their order is like, oh, you're giving me this thing? Oh, it's gold. You can have whatever you want. All of our services are on the house or whatever.
Yeah, at that point, but beforehand, but he asked for this.
Yeah.
Before the gold nugget. Mm-hmm. Just say something. Look at him. Learn to read.
Say something. I need to order food.
It's the same as like, surprise me as an order.
Oh my God.
It's like, surprise, here's spit. Because you made them do more work than they're supposed to.
This is true. I'm with you. Don't do what Bora does in any restaurant, even if you have a gold nugget that size. Or at least start with that.
Let's.
I want to
don't bury the lead.
He's like, I'm going to spend this much money.
At the same time, like, well, this seems like a hassle, man. Can you exchange that real quick?
He's like, this won't fit in the register. I can't get this appraised fast enough.
How am I supposed to night deposit this?
But I did like the setup to this scene where the characters are being like forced together in a saloon. I don't know why the saloon made it feel okay, because I was like, of course, it's a watering hole. Everybody's going to show up here if they're in the Mifan tournament. But we didn't see, like, again, it comes down to who do they decide to include and how. Because I assumed we were going to get just kind of a quick rehash of tournaments past. Like Monster Beast Giran would be there. Ranfan would be there. Everybody would be there. You know, that's what I was expecting.
Like, for a second, I thought Ran was Ranfan. Like, ooh,
that would have been a great reveal.
You got an adult woman. Mm-hmm. That's bad.
But we don't know how old Chiaotzu is. He is the emperor, after all.
But he's clearly a boy emperor.
Anime rules, my man.
Clearly a boy. Sometimes anime rules ain't anime right.
That's a t-shirt.
In this imaginary scenario where an adult woman is the bride of Chiaotzu that we came up with ourselves. We're in the wrong, I guess.
I'm just trying to give Chiaotzu a win.
Okay. I know Chiaotzu's like a man in Z, right?
Yes. 100%.
Like, can rent a car, high school graduate.
Yes.
Chiaotzu.
In Z, Chiaotzu is as jaded as the rest of us. He's just like every other millennial, just trying to see if skinny jeans work for him.
He's just trying everything he can without putting that much effort into anything.
Because history has told him that none of it's really worth anything in the end. They set the treadmill to as fast as you can go, and they're not slowing it down. Oh.
There are sirens. Launch, and this is like my favorite one of my favorite lines she has in this movie. As she's eating spaghetti that I don't know, I guess she stole from Anine. With a mouthful of spaghetti, she freaks out because she hears sirens and then says, "Oh, that's right. I haven't committed anything in this country yet."
That made me laugh. I had to rewind that. I was like, "Oh shit, that was great."
That was a good gag. They're always giving her heaters. But the cops do come in to try and question Bora. Upa runs away under a table. One of the cops tries to get him. Goku then smacks a guard in response. There's a big fight, and for no reason, Sergeant Metallic comes in. You remember Arnold from Muscle Tower? He's no longer with the Red Ribbon Army.
He's no longer with the Red Ribbon Army. Now he's just part of the Mifan police force.
God, there's just a bunch of fighting.
Again,
Some cool fighting, but
happening at the speed of light.
I feel like a minute from when we're introduced to Sergeant Metallic in this movie, his head comes off.
You're 100% right. The fight ensues. Krillin gets bounced around. Goku gets bounced around. Ends up knocking Sergeant Metallic's head off, which is then caught by Tao Pai Pai, who spots Bora, knows that he has a Dragon Ball, and is like, all right, you think you can take me? Sure. And he does the classic, I'm going to grab your spear and you won't be able to move it, and then I'm going to throw you up and kill you with it. But no! Muten Roshi steps in, who Tao recognizes, and is like, look, we're all honored guests of the Emperor. You wouldn't want to cross the Emperor, would you? We're all fighting in the tournament tomorrow.
Yeah, if we're fighting in the tournament, we're guests of the Emperor.
You wouldn't want the Emperor mad. And Tao says, of course not. Blah, 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 blah. But he puts them on Mifan house arrest.
Yeah, they just kind of, all right, well, we're done. Goodbye, boop. God, this movie's like a payday bar. It's totally nuts.
Hey!
So Cray knows the Dragon Ball is here. Back in the hotel room, they do an info dump. Everyone kind of gets caught up on everything.
It seems like in this film, Appa, Bora, and Goku have never met. Appa shows everybody the 4-star Dragon Ball that they have, and Goku's like, "Oh my God, that's Grandpa's Dragon Ball! Finally, I found it!" And then Bora's like, "Yeah, just give it to him."
Oh yeah, they're like, eh.
At that point, they're on the same team because they know they're going to use the Dragon Balls to wish for the people being subjugated by the Mifan Empire to be freed. Cut!
Tien is awoken in his sleep because Chiaotzu is calling to him psychically, which we know it can happen. He goes to Chiaotzu, the Emperor, again.
Emperor?
Here's your reminder.
Yes. Constantly have to remind you that Chiaotzu is the Emperor.
Tien comes in to comfort him. The guards also come in, and Chiaotzu gets very upset, like, no, I just want Tien. Everyone leave. Chiaotzu had a dream that he was killed, and he got scared. And he knows Tien is like the only one that can comfort him. He even tells Chiaotzu even tells Tien to not call him the Emperor, just call him Chiaotzu. As like, no, you're my boy, you're my friend, you're my father.
You're everything to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's really, it's very romantic.
That's how I felt about it too.
The vibe that it's giving off.
They are like embracing, and Tien is feeling emotions, and I thought it was also interesting just the difference between the canon Dragon Ball that we know and this one. Chiaotzu says to Tien, "Oh, I'm so thankful for you teaching me how to like basically talk to you in your brain, like to psychically talk to you." And I was like, they really gave Chiaotzu nothing in this film.
No, you are a puppet dictator. You have zero actual power, except over Tien.
Right.
To melt his little heart. It was nice, but...
nice and weird.
What are we like? No, Chiaotzu's a little shit. He's a little rapscallion.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be causing psychic trouble.
Yeah, the real Emperor Chiaotzu would just be like pointing out in any direction and giving someone explosive diarrhea from his tower.
It's like, I know you're about to do me dirty, Crane. That's why I got to do you first.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the next day. Tournament has started. Everyone's back together.
Yep.
And Bulma, her plan is to, while the tournament's going on, she's going to get the other 6 Dragon Balls. She already swipes the one from Goku. That ball's changed. No one cares, huh? I think I get what you're saying, where everyone's just, oh, yeah, you want it? Here you go. Boop.
Yeah.
It's changing hands a lot.
We do see some fight action because Yamcha's the first one up. He's up against, I wrote down, Andre the Giant.
A literal
giant
man. I have to call him out. Fake announcer. Not real. Not my announcer.
Not again, why was the announcer not in this?
Just let him come.
He wasn't busy.
He only works 3 days a year.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe this tournament happens at the same time as Tenkaichi.
Ah, of course.
And Mafon's like, I don't know why we don't get any traction with this thing. And a circular arena, not a square one.
Look, all kinds of weird stuff. All kinds of things.
This is definitely like Bizarro World, Dragon Ball.
Yamcha beats Andre the Giant using Wolfang Fist. And after that, we see, like, they're just kind of saying, all right, who's next? It's like, who wants to fight him next?
It's arcade style.
Yes.
If you put your quarter up there, you're next in line.
We see a bunch of fighters are like, oh, I'm not fighting that guy. Look at that. I can't fight that guy. And they all leave. Bora goes up, and it's Bora versus Yamcha. Then hard cut to Bulma, Oolong, Puar, and Launch. Hatching a scheme. Puar turns into Chiaotzu. Oolong turns into Crane. Poorly, of course. They are infiltrating. They get met by a couple who proceeds to, ask them the questions that may out them. Like, oh, you're friends of the Emperor? Emperor, why aren't you watching the fight? Not enjoying it? And it doesn't get resolved because that conversation ends with Launch going up to them and be like, hey, nice jewels. Why don't I just take them off your hands for you?
Yeah, she really crime alleys them.
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Wayne. Give me them pearls.
Yeah, what we don't see is Dragon Ball Batman's origin story.
Well, we don't see Launch shooting them both.
We also don't see that. We don't see that.
Just a little boy there. And then pterodactyl flies by. He's like, "Yep, that's me. That's what I'll be."
But what we do see is Yamcha and Bora fighting. Yamcha is about to attack. Hey, how did you feel about this? Because Roshi, in the middle of Yamcha's attack, is like, "Hey, Yamcha, Pafu, huh?" And Yamcha turns, giving Bora just enough time to knock his ass out of the ring.
Yeah. Well, I see Roshi wants Bora to win because of the plight of his people. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounded bad. Because of the people who's in his village who are in danger.
Right.
But that was definitely the weirdest way to distract Yamcha.
Yeah.
By asking if he wants Pafu. I mean, the fun answer is Yamcha is so horned up that any mention of Pafu is like, what?
Huh?
But if it was me there, I'd be like, what? Why are those words coming out of your mouth towards me, old man?
Yeah, exactly.
This situation's not what you said is weird. I've heard you say it a million times. The situation is weird.
It would have been great if Roshi says, "Hey, Yamcha, Pafu," and then he's just holding up Turtle in a bikini.
Yeah. Master, I told you I wanted a One Piece.
Shut up, Turtle. We've got to make sure that Bora wins the match by any means necessary. Hold on. This is... God damn it.
They're still looking... the Mufon military police are still looking for the Dragon Ball. Not even during the tournament, they won't stop.
Well, luckily for you, these'll hold your Dragon Balls quite nicely.
Master, I'm a reptile.
I'm just having fun. I know your sex organs are internal until necessary. Mm-hmm. This is just to distract the other fighters, so our guy Bora wins.
How is this distracting to Yamcha?
I can't
guess
stop looking.
In a ridiculous... Oh, boy.
Oh, what? I'm just being honest.
Talk about the Roshi stare. The Roshi gaze.
Anywho,
I'm covering myself up with my flippers.
that's perfect. He won't notice that you're a turtle by the face.
All I'm going to say is Yamcha ain't going to fall for this. If
Well-
anything, he'll be distracted by the ridiculousness of it.
How about this? Let's try it out. Hey, Yamcha! Pafu, bro! Over here!
Huh? Oh, shit. I want to fuck that turtle.
Finally, my chance. Hoya!
Can I still fuck the turtle?
See, I told you.
Whoa. I mean, I'm a single dad. Fuck it. Let's get down to business, Yamcha.
Oh, turtle. I did not know.
Roshi, don't ruin this for me.
Nope. Roshi's using his look the other way technique. Love is love technique.
Tao Pai Pai shit.
Yes.
Oh,
And
scene.
That scene rudely interrupted by Tao Pai Pai.
Tao Pai Pai.
Because, Goku and Krillin are on the same page. Like, all right, Bora looks like he's going to win. There's no need for us to jump in the ring. But of course, Tao Pai Pai skillfully enters the ring, immediately puts Bora in an armbar of some kind, questioning him, saying, all right, tell me where the Dragon Ball is. You better tell me where the Dragon Ball is.
Never.
Is it worth dying over?
Sure, definitely.
There we go. That's all I needed. And then he throws Bora. And in case you thought that even in non-canon movies, characters will die in a different way, no. Bora is killed via spear skewer of a very poorly placed statue, maybe.
As we'll come to see here, as the movie progresses, and as we've already seen, people sort of die the same way they did in canon Dragon Ball.
Yes.
If they're dying. Mm-hmm. Isn't that kind of hard to shoehorn in to this particular narrative?
Maybe, but I would...
Is it just for the fans?
I
Is
might-
it easier?
That's what I
Because
thought.
you know how they're going to die?
I think it may have been a little easier to recycle some of that animation or character models or something
Do
for
they
this.
just trace over it?
I think it feels like they might have, but I don't hate it because I liked those scenes that they are invoking, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Because Bora, we get more of that right here because Bora is dead. Goku charges at Tao in anger. Tao makes short work of Goku, he thinks, but Goku again stands back up. Tao hits him with a Dodon Ray, sending him flying through the sky.
Yeah, he is out of the picture for now. Mm-hmm. Chiaotzu is like, Tien, come on. You got to stop this. You got to help him out. And Tien is just, he's seething, and then out of nowhere, he goes, shut up! Because it's a coup, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Train's taking over, and Tien's in on it. You sucker.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember what Crane's wish is going to be? Right? Is it just total world domination, Pilaf style? Or
I don't know. I genuinely didn't write it down.
Yeah, no,
Genuinely didn't remember it. I assume it's not for Ran, that's for sure.
No.
Is it just his nuke? Is it just like, I have a nuke now? Because he's already
Essentially taken over a country.
this is for when the UN comes in and tries to get in his business.
Yeah. He's trying to solidify his position of power before any other foreign interventions. He's playing this politically very well.
Mm-hmm. If a country has Dragon Balls, you don't mess with them.
Yeah, you never mess with a country that has Dragon Balls.
You do what they say.
Mm-hmm. Or
you trying
do
to
as they say, or they'll wish you away. The ultimate deterrent.
We need a hard R, gritty reboot of Dragon Ball.
That's a political thriller?
Well, it's what, zero? It's Zero Dark 30.
Oh, yeah.
But it's them trying to get the Dragon Balls. Mm-hmm. And if Goku's American, of course.
Of course.
We have to keep that live action tradition going. Boss Squad 6.
Boss Squad 6. Roshi watching in the war room. Where are we again? Jesus, it's hard to remember.
Bunch of different things happen. Goku, he's back on Korin Tower.
Right.
Then, cut.
It's that fast.
The Crane learns that the Dragon Ball is moving, so it's probably with Goku. Mm-hmm. Cut. Goku eats a sensu bean. And I thought they were going to get some sort of training sequence.
I did too. I was like, all right, let's see how they truncate the 3 years of training that Goku had.
But his only thing is just like, well, the reason you lost is because you were an angry boy. Mm-hmm. So don't be angry, and you can see his moves coming. The end. Goodbye.
Goku says, right? Okay. Which direction is he coming from?
Oh, yeah, because Tao Pai Pai gets his pillar, his trusty pillar. And flies off. Yeah, it's like I have a note, then a dash. I signify scene changes with a series of dashes in my notes, and it's just line, dash, line, dash, line.
I should have come up with a convention like that because my notes just look like absolute garbage.
It's just one long paragraph.
So we do get a cut back to Bulma successfully stealing the Dragon Balls with launch. She finds the way to open the statue. And for some reason, because that statue had boobies, I assumed Oolong would have squeezed them and the balls would have come out then.
That would have been real choice.
That would have been so Dragon Ball to me, especially for a movie like this, where it's just like reference, thing, here. Like, why not have it be Oolong? Because he's not in any other scene until the end.
Once Launch shot that elderly couple, I guess he's like, I'm out. Nope. Stealing, robbery, love it. Can't get enough of the stuff. Murder,
What are you talking?
Not again.
What are you talking about, Oolong? You said you were always down for this stuff.
Look, I thought I was a tough piece of pork, but I'm a soggy bacon boy, I guess.
Yeah, I thought you were a prime cut of ham, but you're more of a rump roast, aren't you?
Yeah. Look, puns aside, after you shot them, you cut their ears off, smelled them good, then said, trophies.
That's right. Every successful kill, you got to get a trophy of some kind, either an ear, a tooth, a thumb, or a toe.
Bulma weaponized diarrhea against me, and this is what you've done is worse, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying I'm a bad guy for trying to save the world from these Mifan jerks? Is that what you're saying, Oolong?
Maybe the ends don't. Please, you got several guns pointed at my crotch. Somehow 6 guns. One in each hand.
One for each shooter.
Let me describe it.
Go ahead. The first
one in your mouth. And one in your navel.
That's right.
So hands, shoulders, mouth, and navel.
That's why I do my abs.
Like in From Dusk Till Dawn. Kill me if you gotta. Maybe I'm not cut out for this anymore. Maybe I'll go back to school. If I live.
I think you're right. Why don't you get out of here? All right? Change into something nice, would you?
Pump. You mean like this? I don't know why you keep wanting me to change to a bald, three-eyed man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, why don't you try again and make more abs for yourself? I want an 8-pack.
All right. They didn't cover this in school, so I get to improvise. Sorry, they're not symmetrical. I apologize.
It doesn't matter. Launch likes what Launch sees.
So I'm good to go, or
click.
Uh-oh. That was your pants gun.
That was the gun in my pants. And
Seed. Why don't you change it to something nice?
There goes the gun in your pants.
So I'm sure she has some in there.
She's got to. She's got to.
Where else? And that tank top ain't gonna happen.
You get gun oil stains on that lime green tank.
Mm-hmm. So they get the balls, but it sets off an alarm, which the Z Boys used as sort of a distraction to fight. Here's where it gets fucking bonkers, man.
Right.
Goku and Tao Pai Pai. They're meeting in midair. On the ground is everyone's favorite former manga and cameo, Arali. Shows up, just, throws a rock at random at Tao Pai Pai.
Legit at random.
like, here it goes. Pew!
God, so weird.
Yeah, it smacks him. He crashes on the ground. Cut! Launch and Bulma trying to run away. Crane can catch bullets.
Yeah, Crane catches
super
bullets.
Cool.
Yep.
He then tries to hit Bulma with a Dodon Ray. Yamcha saves her. They drop into the giant lake. But they also drop all 6 Dragon Balls into a crevasse in the lake. They might be lost forever. We'll see. That's
the idea, at least.
Because cut, Tien knocks out Roshi.
Yep.
Sergeant Metallic captures Upa. Then Tien's ordered to kill Chiaotzu. Cut. Anything? Whoa! Did you want to add?
No, because you're cutting accurately. And
I took notes.
You did. You took all the good cut notes. Because what do we see now? We see Aurelie waking up Tao Pai Pai, who's basically half in the ground, legs sticking up.
As Tao Pai Pai wakes up, Goku comes down. They're trying to fight. Tao Pai Pai gets caught up because Arali tied his ponytail up to a tree.
Yes.
It's a fun gag.
I was like, this is wild.
Well, she wanted to play with him, and he did not. He's no goofies. And hey, he's a man of, if nothing else,
he's a man of his word.
He's like, this is a serious movie. What is this?
Arali gets hit with a Dodon Paw. Her little green-haired angels zap Tao with like electricity, and then he and Goku start actually fighting.
He tries to hit Goku with another Dodon Paw. Arali's fine too, by the way.
Yes, of course.
She can take that hit and not die. Goku, because of his training with Korin, is able to catch the Dodon Paw, making it harmless. Tao Pai Pai then begs for forgiveness, hops on a rocket bike saying, yeah, come with me. Well, I'll ask for forgiveness in front of everyone. You'll see.
Swipe.
Just kidding. Give me that Dragon Ball, you idiot.
So he takes off on that super bike, and it comes equipped with rear missiles. 2 of them for his 2 enemies. He fires them, and similar to Goku kicking the grenade back, we see a similar kick of the missile, and Arali headbutts the other missile. They both fly. We get the same Tao scream and light and explosion. The 4-star Dragon Ball falls right back to Goku, who then heads off to Mifan on the Kinto Un, and Aurelie's happy because she got to play.
This has got to be unintelligible for people, right? What we've been discussing.
This is unintelligible for me.
It's so much that's familiar. I don't know how we remembered all of this, / even wrote notes. I don't know. I feel I had this weird thought, and I just had this weird fear that what the fuck are we doing? We're just burdening through this. But I think that's I don't know how other way to do it.
There's no way to talk about this because everybody has their own story happening on top of each other because everybody needs the same airtime. It's not this is Goku's story. This is Goku's story and Upa's story and Bora's story of coming back to life and kind of Krillin's training journey, Roshi and Crane's thing, Chiaotzu and Tien's relationship, Bulma not being a bad person and wanting to wish for something herself, Yamcha proving that he can fight to a certain degree, Turtle getting out of the house for once. They wrap up all the arcs that took hundreds of episodes to come to fruition.
Dragon Ball Super Broly. It's not very deep, but by God, it has a focus,
Yeah.
There's one plot thread that we're following, and maybe here's 2 new characters. Well, let's do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tien, he's about to kill Chiaotzu. Tien says, I'm sorry, Chiaotzu, and Chiaotzu's all happy because oh, you called me Chiaotzu. You're my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And now tears are going to come from my eyes.
Oh,
because I love you.
Oh, this moment. This moment got the most airtime.
You made Chiaotzu cry.
And it's not like he just he cries. His pupils get tiny and the tears are gleaming and streaming down his face.
His head is mostly eyes.
Yes.
For these shots. Yeah, Roshi steps in, he's like, come on, you got a bunch of skill. Why don't you be a good guy, huh? Look, you made the little freak cry. Yeah, see? I'm Roshi. Yeah, Tien, why don't you stop your life of crime and join up with my boys, the good guys?
Why do you sound like a mobster?
Nah, no reason, see? Just look at him. You're making him cry. Don't make little boys cry. Rule number 1 in my team. Don't make little white boys cry.
Tien, why would you listen to this old fool? You are my student. Your allegiance is to me. Kill him, and you will be my right-hand man.
Yeah, I'm about to pump this crane full of lead, see? Nah.
What are you doing, Muten Roshi? This isn't you.
I'm wearing a fedora and a hat, ain't I? I'm from Chi-Town, ain't I?
Fine.
I'm always avoiding Elliot Ness, ain't I?
Tien, don't listen to this old fool.
Old? Fool?
That's right.
I've killed men for less.
And I killed your apprentice.
Goku?
Oh,
you mean him? That kind of, first of all,
Head scene.
Crane was going to kill He's like, I'll do it myself. But Tien steps in and kills Crane first.
Yes. We don't get a blasting off again. It's just that dude got hit with a tri-beam cannon and he is dead.
He's gone. Nothing left. Goku comes in, headbutts Sergeant Metallic, just like in the episode, saving Upa. Everything's kind of settled. Tien says, I'm sorry about Ran Ran. They made me hide her. They made me hide it from you because Ran Ran is a doll. Is a Chiaotzu-sized doll that looks like Chiaotzu that they called his bride.
Yep. She's in a pink Chiaotzu, like the same regal emperor uniform that Chiaotzu is wearing. Ran Ran is also wearing, but Ran Ran, in my notes, is a fucking doll.
I'm sure this version of Chiaotzu is just playing pretend, right?
So that's
he's just playing pretend. He's not a creep.
I don't think he's a creep. I think he's playing pretend. But that's what makes this whole movie feel like a straight up fever dream that I would have had. Like if I was running a 102 fever and had just finished watching like a marathon of Dragon Ball, that is the story I would have put in my brain. Like it would have come out exactly the same. The hard cuts, the skipping of backstories, the lack of introductions and things like that.
The first tournament saga, the Red Ribbon saga, and the Tien Shinhan saga. They combined 3 fucking sagas together to make one movie.
It maybe would be different if they were like, all right, we're just going to find a way to string all of these beats together in like a story that makes sense to the canon. Like somehow there was like an event that happened that nobody was witness to, right? That's kind of how the Naruto movies that aren't canon are established. It's like ninjas go on missions all the time. This movie is a mission that you did not get to see in the show. And again, they ran out of ideas because Naruto goes back in time to alternate dimensions. How about that? That's how they get around it.
I'd take that.
It's slightly interesting.
Well, like the last movie was very much like, except for like the launch being introduced there.
Right.
The movie was very much like standalone, take it or leave it. But this really just, there's a lot of work. A lot of work for 45 minutes.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it was like putting this all together. I feel like they had to be under some crazy deadline.
Something went on. Let's finish this up. Everyone's safe. They're gonna try and wish Bora back to life, but the Dragon Balls are at the bottom of the ocean. Goku has a very smart idea, and I was very surprised. He's like, "Oh, let's try this." So he takes the ball he has, chucks it in the lake, hoping that it will join with the other Dragon Balls, and it does because during the closing sequence, Shen Long is summoned, and Bora is brought back to life, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, the movie also suggests that Mifan, like the Mifan Lake is where Shen Long sleeps. He sleeps under the lake, and as the Dragon Ball that Goku throws is falling into the lake, we see that the fissure in the lake that Yamcha and Bulma dropped their balls into, zoomed out, is a very long, like it's a dragon carved into the bottom of the lake. Shen Long emerges as credits roll and this great song comes on. It's Dragon Ball, I'll get it. I'll get it.
I know, you finally got a song.
I finally got a song and it was great.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. I've got it.
Got it.
I mean, we've always had questions about where Shen Long sleeps, where he hangs his hat.
Yep.
I guess. Bottom of the lake is as good as a pocket dimension, or in the balls themselves,
perhaps,
or with
better
Kame.
than being in Mount 5 Elements.
Just watching Gohan and Anin. Please keep it down. We agreed Thursday nights were quiet nights, so I could watch Sunny Side, the new Cal Penn comedy.
Oh, sorry about that, Shen Long. Was our heavy petting bothering you?
Yeah, it's especially heavy because Anin is giant now.
Shen Long, that's not nice. I'm not giant now. I am a giant now.
I'd really like to watch Sunnyside, starring Cal Penn of Harold and Kumar fame. Just 30 minutes, please.
White Castle sounds nice. Shen Long, you have a car. Why don't you go get us some? We'll pause the show for you.
No, I don't. I'd like to watch it live because then I get on Twitter and talk about it. And if I'm late, it's appointment viewing.
Sorry you feel so obligated to your followers and are also, you seem a little lonely. I could hook you up. Me, Grandpa Gohan's got a bunch of single friends who are looking for deities to date.
I don't know if I'm ready yet.
Just download Deity Dater and you'll find singles who are either mortals or lost souls in your area ready to get you laid.
I feel self-conscious because at most I work one day a year. Some people don't understand that.
Oh, Shen Long, why do you always look down upon yourself? You're the dragon. You can grant any wish. I'm sure if somebody wished to date you, they could find the Dragon Balls and wish it, but you have the power to make your own destiny.
You're right. And my wish and destiny is to watch fucking Sunnyside starring Calpen in peace. Please. Here are the keys to my car. Get White Castle.
Oh, sick. We get to drive the Miata?
Yes. Just please, just careful. I just paid it off. Oh, they're definitely going to do stuff in there.
I've never had sex in a Miata before.
We'll play drive-through where I eat you through the drive-through.
And
scene. Shen Long, get out there, you scamp. We all love NBC's comedy lineup, but come on.
It's Sunnyside followed by God Friended Me. The two greatest comedies. But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's that movie. One and done.
Yeah. An incredible amount of content generated by 45 minutes of, I'll say it, recycled animations, up-resed and upscaled.
I mean, I'm a wee bit exhausted. That was a lot of information to go through.
It's tiring
in a short amount of time. There's some messages that I'd like to share with all of you.
Oh yeah.
This one came to me through my personal Instagram. What?
Huh?
You might remember a few weeks ago I talked about being on my mission and some shenanigans I got up to there. But Jared on Instagram reached out to me and wrote, "Hey, Aaron, I've been listening to the podcast for about 10 months, roughly since my first/only son was born. As a guy who served a mission roughly the same time as you, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate hearing about anybody else who went through the whole thing and who found their own way to make it work. We used to play Magic where we could too. Also, gasp, and that's in brackets, I had a secret collection of novels that weren't the Book of Mormon or church manuals." Ooh, how scandalous.
Sin.
He then says, "Thank you for easing my commute. Keep fighting." Thank you. Thank you very much, Jared. That's what a weird connection to make across the airwaves.
I fucking love that.
Know?
I do.
We talked a little bit. I won't read everything, but we talked a little bit more, and like we were definitely in the field at the same time.
That's crazy.
Different. He was in another country. I was in Idaho. Resplendent Idaho. But yeah, thanks. That's, I don't know, man. I'll talk religion with anyone.
Hey, man. I mean, of the people that I know, your experience is so unique. It's more interesting to hear than some people's opinion on religion and practices and things of that nature. So I'm never going to ask you not to talk about it on the pod because I find it's so interesting. And look, we made a connection through it. We're huge in the Mormon community or ex-Mormon community. People who have left the church, or I don't know how to describe what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm being insensitive or hurtful.
Nah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
We also got a letter, electronically, of course, from Delmond. Power listener Delmond, excuse me.
Yeah.
The subject is End of Dragon Ball, Beginning of Z. Ooh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
He writes, "Hey, fellas, great job getting through the entirety of Dragon Ball in the funniest way possible. It's been a lot of fun listening to you guys talk about it. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z. Quick announcement, there's been a new addition to the Strong Arm family, a little girl who we raised on Dragon Ball and other Toriyama properties. This is how I know my wife's the best. Attaches a picture of the first thing she bought for the little one when she found out she was pregnant. As always, keep up the great work. Chala, head Chala, Delmont." And the picture is a little Goku gi onesie with a Dragon Ball next to it.
They make those. I want a child now. now.
I want to be a big baby. Wait, what?
Hold on. Damn, that's sick.
Fuck our stupid accomplishment. Congratulations to you.
Jeez, you and your wife. Oh my God.
And thank you for sharing that with us too. Like that's, man, we love y'all. Thank you so much.
I mean, look, all we did was make his commute better, and he's like, look at my family, isn't it great? And we say, yes, it is.
It's just dick joke. Now here, enjoy my announcement of my child's birth. What? Those don't correlate. Congratulations, Delmon. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, power listener, and now daddy, Delmon.
Ooh, daddy listener, Delmon.
Daddy listener,
if you're a daddy out there and you want the title of daddy listener, hit us up. Let us know if you...
Have you become a father recently? Become a daddy listener.
I don't want to Scientology it, and I want to improv it by adding levels to things. We got to get some more variety into what our listeners are. And then one more under the wire just came in. This is from Jeff, power listener Jeff, power coder Jeff.
Internet savant Jeff.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to leave a quick thank you. Your podcast seems like a lot of effort to pull together every week. I appreciate it, especially because I find this time of year very demanding and stressful. Kame House Party keeps me calm and positive. I'm quite busy, but I had to remind myself that I'm not too busy to say thanks. Thanks, Jeff.
Damn.
Thank you, man.
People are being so nice to us. I feel like crying.
Your energy. I don't need it, but thank you.
I could go move a giant rock right now with all this good feelings.
I'm ready to blow up the perfect organism.
In time, my dear boy.
Dude, sorry you're going through some stress. Sorry you're going through some demands. I'm glad we could help in a very, as much as we can.
Yeah.
Keep fighting, man,
Yeah.
You know the drill.
You know the drill. Gosh, that's so nice. Everybody who listens to this podcast, thank you for sharing all the nice things and being nice. And it's very nice this time of year on top of everything else. I keep saying nice because it is nice and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. And I still can't get over this weird movie.
Yeah, we got to get what a nice palate cleanser. While we got all this good energy, we should probably end it up here.
That's right. If you want to be like our power and also daddy listeners, send us an email at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. It's kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. You can check us out at kamehouseparty.com for all of our social medias and all the stuff we got going on. Check in on our Instagram, on Twitter, any social media, and you know, our personals are on there too. You can follow us on whatever gaming platforms that we're playing on right now. Aaron's pretty hot and heavy on the PlayStation 4. I'm out there catching Pokemon in the Galar region on the Switch. If you got stuff to trade, send it my way. And of course, as we said before, no matter if you're a brand new dad or, just dealing with the stress of the holidays, no matter what it is, you gotta keep